This is D from Simple Complex Men. I'm so excited to be back again with another reaction video. Now, this one is going to be pretty interesting. We actually have two virgins that we're going to look at. And I wanted to start looking at content, especially for us men. For those of you who may not be aware, our platform is 75% roughly men. And so I want to be able to make sure that we're catering content. And of course, we always got a biblical basis for what we discuss. But again, there's nothing we won't get into or discuss and talk about because this is an open platform. And even as believers, we interact with these type of situations daily. And why not talk about it? And so that's basically what we're about. This is not a church, online church or anything like that. You know, this is a YouTube a channel, platform that we just basically give our take on various situations and topics. So this is another one. So I want to jump into it. I'm gonna give of course, my reaction to it, and feel free to comment as well. And we'll love to hear what you have to say. And maybe on the next video, we can review those comments and go further in detail. But let's not belabor. Let's go ahead and jump in.
What defines men winning? So we could go ahead and take it from here and work this way. So what is winning for a woman and versus what is winning for a man?
Basically, like in life.
Yeah.
How can she be winning? What does that mean, you think, for a woman?
And I guess that might be different for every woman in general. But
so he's asking what is winning for a woman? Okay, so that's interesting. So let's see where it's going to go. What is winning for a woman?
The career, kids, life, traveling. What makes a woman win?
I would say I would want to find a long-term relationship, a husband, and have.
First of all, she has to be so adorable. I'm not even going to lie. And it's beautiful. Her femininity, her innocence, like it exudes, like you can just feel it. It's not an act or anything. Like this is just who she is. And I think this is a beautiful thing. And guys, you can comment on it. I think, and that's why the name of it, you know, if you've seen the thumbnail, is this the type of women we really want? That's my question. Because a lot of us do contradictory things, or we're hypocrites, and we say this is the woman here. We look at her and say she's beautiful and innocent and all of these things, and now from a world perspective they get into body counts and all those type of things. Now obviously we have a virgin here, so this is a top tier beautiful godly young lady. Okay, probably very rare, to be honest, to have all of these attributes going on in one individual. I'm not saying she's perfect. I'm sure she got quirks and different things, but this, in reference to what we're talking about here, this is great. This is great. I'm definitely looking forward to hear what she has to say on some of these questions here.
Children and explore my passions, like my hobbies, as well as really take pride in having a garden and that sort of thing.
Wow, so she's talking about family. She's talking about things. These are like biblical things. And I'm gonna be honest, feel free to comment on it, but I feel a lot of people, like, we don't really focus on the core anymore, like what life is all about, why God even put us on the earth, like our purpose is. God started in Genesis, it was the families of the earth. You go to Genesis 10 and in those areas where you got such and such begot, such and such begot. We hate reading it because you fall asleep or whatever, but the reality is it was about families, genealogy, generations. And I believe we gotten away from that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how you all feel about that, but it's good to hear. It's very refreshing just to hear that there are women out there that still believe in that. So I think it's great. Let's keep listening.
My domestic duties.
Is it hard in the current dating market to find a guy that doesn't want to smash right away? Is it hard for you?
Yeah, so I guess what I have is guys like that I'm a virgin, but they don't want to wait until marriage.
Yeah, so I can imagine that challenge. You have a young lady here saving herself. This is supposed to be, and this is the sad thing, and this kind of let us know how far we've gotten away from God, because now it's like, even in Christian circles, I get the world is, hey, you need to try it out before you buy, and all of those type of statements or slogans or things that are stated to support them indulging in the flesh. But believers even say it. say the same thing. Oh, I got to try it out. What happened if he's not good in the bed or she's not good in the bed? But the reality is we're supposed to be just like this young lady. Like all of our experiences, whether something good or bad, is supposed to be defined within that virgin marriage. Like you wouldn't even know what's good or bad if you never experienced anything. So all your experience, so we're supposed to set the bar and set the standard for our marriage, because this is not about what other people are doing in their marriage, but in a virgin marriage, we're supposed to experience each other and set that standard for each other. So therefore we have no one to compare to. But again, when we get out here and we're sleeping with everyone, now we got all these people in us, all these memories that we're putting on the inside of us. And so now it's just more people to compare. So our husband and wife don't even stand a chance sometimes because we're comparing them to someone we slept with years ago. And so I think that's unfortunate that now we're at a point in society where a young lady like this is looked at in a negative way, almost, hey, you need to go out there. You haven't learned anything. You haven't experienced life. And no, she's saving herself. She's going to avoid a lot of negativity that maybe we all have gone through with some of the decisions we made. So this is really good. This is refreshing. Let's keep listening.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. You would have been good back in 1950, but you in 2023.
It's me.
See what I'm saying? So this guy here is ridiculous. Again, he's trying to come at her. Look at this. Look at her. Gorgeous, beautiful, humble young lady, Christian young lady, I'm assuming here. A lot of good, bare minimum, good Christian values. And it's, oh, you would have been good in 1950s. You know what I mean? So that just lets you know the standard of society has gotten so low at this point. And to be honest, I bet you a lot of them, even on the panel, they wish they could have done this. They're not saying anything, but in the back of their mind, I'm sure they wishing that they would have made some of the same decisions that this young woman has made for her life, because they know, we all know who have made that decision, who have given up our virginity before we should have, before marriage, that we wish we could take back a lot of that. So we shouldn't be putting these people down or ostracizing them. We should be lifting them up and continue to encourage other people. Let's keep watching.
Because and it goes both ways, right? You got traditional girls that are like want to wait or whatever, but like the guys are like, because here's the thing, there's no way that you're gonna find a guy that's like guys that are virgins. You don't want them anyway.
Yeah.
But like the days of a guy being able to be a virgin and still be attractive and find a virgin wife, like those days are done.
Okay, so somebody please answer this in the comment. And again, I get from a world perspective, yeah, they think all of that stuff, that's their way of gauging whether they have a good mate or good person. But the problem is your success, your track record is terrible. So you've used this multiple times. I think we forget you've used this gauge, this barometer. Evidently the barometer is broken because people are still getting divorced. People are still cheating. People are still breaking up. So the little barometer you have, what is it for? To me, it's just designed to be able to fulfill your flesh, to cause somebody else to lower their standards by you putting pressure on them and to make it like you're not a part of them. They're not a part of what you got going on. And so that you can get what you want. I'm be honest. That's what I'm getting from this guy.
Because guys understand that like, if I'm a virgin as a guy, I'm not going to be as attractive to women. No girl wants a virgin guy. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well,
is that true? Is that true that in today's, what's this, 2024, no woman wants that? Please comment.
We'll take virgin girls, but we're not going to, no girl wants a virgin guy.
Yeah, and I know now that I don't need to have a virgin guy. And I know the society we live in, and the chances are that he's probably.
Would you prefer a virgin guy, out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Ideally, I know statistically it will make for the best outcomes in marriage.
See, she knows what she's talking about. See, they're assuming, okay, a non-virgin, you're supposed to have all of these abilities and skill sets through your experiences, and therefore in your marriage is supposed to cause you to have a great experience, right? But she's stating facts, statistics. You could tell she's very studied. So don't get confused by her humility or quiet demeanor or feminine demeanor to think that she's not very knowledgeable, because it's pretty evident that she's very knowledgeable about statistics in reference to that topic. So this is good.
But it's not a requirement.
You can imagine trying to figure. Oh, where's the hole? That'll be fun. Yeah.
But he said,
Now see, that's very immature. Even animal, like innately, it's built in us, okay? The DNA is in us to know what to do, okay? How did people do it thousands of years ago, okay? So I think, come on, let's stop to think that nobody wouldn't know what to do. Come on, even animals know what to do.
would you prefer that though? Not statistically, just yourself.
I think it would be really beautiful to have with my future husband, for us to only know each other like that. But I mean,
it's okay to want that, girl. It's okay.
Is it?
See, now this is where they're trying to lower her standards. See, they've already done it, right? So they're saying, oh, she can't possibly have a thought like that. Somebody is coercing her. Somebody's putting pressure on her. She couldn't possibly have her own individual thought to believe that way. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to help her out and get her to lower her standards. That's what I'm getting from it.
And yet,
yeah, I think she's living in reality though. She wants it, but it's like, all right, it's probably more than likely not going to happen. And luckily for you as a woman, men don't, I guess, suffer from the same debilitations from a high body count that women do. Like when a woman has a higher body count, the rates of divorce go up significantly. But if a guy has a higher body count, like, obviously there is a point where it starts up with them too as far as divorce.
Yeah.
But the number is much higher. It's much harder. Men rarely initiate divorce in the first place. So
would you like a guy that could teach you certain things probably?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So a little experience wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
All right.
But to what you were saying, there was actually a study that said because men are naturally like more, they want to sow their seed.
Yeah.
There was like a certain amount of bodies that he had where if he, let's just say, had 10, he's actually more likely to be monogamous within marriage because he knows that women are more or less the same.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, I also read that.
W Canada.
Sexual experience helps men, but it hurts women typically.
Wait, they're gonna wonder like.
So this is interesting. Like I said, I'm not gonna go through this whole video, but I definitely want to just take a look at her. Like I said, I ran across this young lady here and also another young lady, and so we're going to take a look at the second video as well. But please comment. I definitely want to hear your opinions on her. What you think she's just confused? You think she's out of touch with modern society, or do you believe she's in touch more than modern society is? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our second video.
Yes,
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Why haven't you done the deed yet?
The key to a strong society is
That's funny. So why haven't you done the deed? That's hilarious.
family. And so, in my view, choosing my future husband is like the most important decision I'll ever.
Oh wow. So it sounds like she really has, similar to the prior young lady, and they look alike. I hope it's not the same one because they look pretty similar to each other. It may be, I'm not sure, but hey, if this is the same young lady, please let me know in the comment section. But they look just alike, but then they sound slightly different. I don't know. Anyway, but regardless, I do, again, it sounds like she has her head on priorities. I definitely hear a lot of priorities talk about wanting a husband, wanting family. So I really like this. Very impressive.
For me, and I'm somebody that I know my heart, and I know that I fall really hard.
And I like that. And it's important, I think, for all of us to always be self-aware, because she knows it's like, why even jump into situations and open myself up to people? I know that I fall hard. I know how I react. So why even set myself up? I love that. It's important that we're all are self-aware.
When I meet somebody, so I want to retain some level of objectivity.
Yeah, because a lot of times we do lose that objectivity. Once we're with the person, we know how it is. We've all been to relationships and we start out, we're pretty sane. And then next thing you know, we're walking around with the bunny slippers on, losing our mind. So I think this is good. And that's why it's important, again, to be self-aware and be honest. And it's okay. It doesn't make you less of a person. I think it just makes you wise.
When I'm selecting a future partner, and I know that if I had sex with them, I would be completely imprinted on them, and instead of being like...
That's deep. I like how she used the word imprinted. We don't realize that's what's taking place a lot of times. We are imprinting ourselves on people. We are creating a fleshly connection. And so maybe the world praises having all these body counts, quote unquote, and I don't know who came up with the term body count. First, that was like a war thing. Maybe the military would use that type of term, but I don't know how it went into the relationship realm, body count. So, but I mean, that's a worldly thing. So it makes sense, but no, I think this is good. This is good.
Okay, is this person, do they have the qualities that I'm looking for in a husband, or am I just making it work?
Oh, wow. So men, again, this video is for you all. So you gotta be listening here. Listen to what she's saying. She's looking at, this is where you observe, you write these things down. It's important to is this what we're looking for? Is this what you're looking for, man? Are these two women that we're looking at, again, if they're the same woman, it is what it is. All right, it doesn't matter. But the point is this the type of woman that you're looking for? Or all the women that you have interacted with, you lowered your standard because of whatever reason. But this is the opportunity just to be honest with yourself. You don't have to put it in the comment or anything. If you want to, please do share, because I think it'll create great conversation. But we have to ask ourselves. That's one thing we don't want to do, is lie to ourselves.
Is there any reason why you're dressed so modestly instead of revealing like most women tend to do when they come out to Miami?
It's respectful to others and to my future partner and to myself, to just cover myself up more.
Wow. So it's respectful, not to herself, to her future part. She's not even married and she's already thinking about her husband. She's already thinking about, this is crazy. She's already thinking about the respect that she's already putting herself in position. See, you got to understand this, sisters, if y'all listen to this, getting ready is not the first day of marriage. That's not when you get ready. That's not when you turn it on. No, this starts right now. This woman is already preparing herself. She's already has that mentality for marriage. You can't start wanting to respect your husband when marriage starts. No, the respect should start before you get married. How do you interact? Do you respect your father? You respect the elders in your family? That's where it all starts. I love this. This is good.
I know that I take care of myself. I'm pretty athletic, but...
So look, she already knows. She knows what's under that beautiful dress. She doesn't care. She doesn't care to show the world. She knows. She said, I'm an athlete. So her husband is going to get athlete. He's going to get an athletic body. Don't even worry about that. It's not important. And I love that, because a lot of people not willing to stand up. Everybody's talk about, oh, I'm 10 toes down and I do what I want to do. I'm independent. Okay, stand on real things. We're willing to stand on a lot of things that really doesn't mean anything, but she's willing to stand on this. And I'm gonna be honest, I want to hear, and it's just my opinion, I think like some of the women that are very covered, or like even women that wear like veils and different things, some of those beautiful, some of the prettiest women I've ever seen. And they're not showing anything. They're like very feminine, very modest in their appearance, as the scripture talks about. And they're not showing anything. And they're still getting even more attention than those who just show everything. So I think that's very interesting. So we might have to start reevaluating this mindset. That's what the Bible talks about. We got to renew our mind. So man, I want to know, is this what you really want? Is this what you really want?
I don't need to have that on display.
Look, I don't need to have that on display. I love it. So again, this is good. I really like these two young ladies. Again, if it's the same, it is what it is. The point of the video is the question still remains, is this what we want, man? Is this really what we're seeking? All these dates we're going on, all these interactions, all of these people we're swiping right and left and all that on these apps, are we actually seeking this type of woman? And women, Christian women, are you trying to be this type of woman that God has called you to be? And men, are you trying to be the godly man that God has called us to be? Because we need both. We can't have the guys out in the world acting crazy, seeking one thing, and then the women trying to be modest, because now we're putting pressure on them to fold, and then vice versa. And then the women out there in the world doing ungodliness and dressing in certain ways, and the men are trying to remain righteous, but then it's hard for them because they got to look and see all of that walking down the street. And so I think we got to work together. We're not worried about the world. Again, this is for believers, people that have a mindset of a believer. And so my assumption is that we're trying to show Christ. We're trying to reveal Christ, and we're not trying to lift our flesh up. We're trying to lift Christ up. He said, if I'm lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. So anyway, I didn't want to get into a sermon or anything, but again, this is D from Simple Complex Men. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also, hey, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, all you have to do is ask Jesus Christ to come into your life, and he'll come into your life and be your Lord and Savior. It's just that easy. See you in the next video.